Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I have had this video requested so many times, and that is what I feed my kids. So I guess people are curious what I feed my kids, which I can understand because it can be hard as a mom. I definitely struggle with coming up with creative but healthy meal plan ideas and switching it up. So from one mom to another, or if you watch kids or babysit, hopefully maybe some of these ideas will resonate with you and we can share what we do. So I'm going to start first with some grocery shop favorites. I really love quinoa and black bean chips and salsa from Trader Joe's. I go to Trader Joe's, Costco, Vaughn's, and the Farmer's Market, but most common Trader Joe's. And these are the things I get every single time: strawberries, blueberries, bananas in terms of fruit. Sometimes I'll get mango. Both my kids are obsessed with watermelon, apples and oranges. I always like to keep all of these things around, and I incorporate them in lunches or breakfast. Pita and hummus is really popular, and we'll either snack on that or I'll incorporate it in a lunch, which I'll share with you in a second. Avocado, cherry tomatoes, and cucumbers, both my kids really like. So again, I like to keep those around and try to incorporate those into different meal ideas. I get dried fruit, dried apricots, cherries, raisins, cranberries, and then applesauce and the fruit leathers. Those don't have any added sugar or anything, so those are good snacks. I also always get the veggie sticks and then the peas, the inner peas, and those are like good snacky type things for both my kids. In terms of what I feed my kids and what I use to feed them, it kind of depends. I get those suction trays for Isaiah. Any plate or anything he'll just pick up and throw. So reusable Ziploc bags, I get those from Grove. And then I have the divided containers for lunches because my eldest is in school. So I like those in terms of how I pack lunches and how I feed my toddler. Mornings can be kind of crazy, and on the weekends we do like to do like homemade pancakes or a special breakfast, but I really like Earth's Best pancakes, or like mini pancakes, and Trader Joe's waffles, and I like to rotate between oatmeal, waffles, and pancakes, and then I add some type of fruit with that, and that seems to be a really good rotation in terms of breakfast because my kids really like the waffles and the pancakes, and it's pretty easy, especially for those busier mornings. Sometimes I will do less waffles and add a little side of hard-boiled eggs cut up and then fruit as well. I'm always trying to have as balanced of a diet for myself and my kids, but I feel like it is always difficult as a mom to really find that balance. So I think we're all just kind of figuring it out. I really love this maple syrup. It's really good. It's pretty pure and you can get it at Trader Joe's. It's really clean. It doesn't have any added ingredients. As mentioned before, oatmeal is always a winner. It's really nutritious, and you can add a little cinnamon, which is really great. I like to add chopped up apples and a little bit of maple syrup just to sweeten it up sometimes. Sometimes maybe a tiny bit of brown sugar, but it's really simple, and my kids love it. So for lunchtime, it varies. If my son is in school, which he goes 3 days a week, I will make him a lunch, or he has hot lunch sometimes. I usually kind of surprise him with hot lunch. So to kind of make the traditional peanut butter and jelly that kids love and is easy for parents, just to kind of change it up and make it a little bit more exciting, I flatten the bread a little tiny bit so the sandwich itself is a little flatter, and then you can roll it and cut it, and then you have little peanut butter and jelly rolls instead of a sandwich. It's just a little change to, you know, something that I feel like as parents we all make a lot for our kids just because it's easy and it's good, and heck, sometimes I even have peanut butter and jelly for lunch. So I get my whole grain bread from Trader Joe's, and their peanut butter is really minimal ingredients. I think it's only 2 ingredients, no added sugar, nothing like that. And then the jam is also really clean ingredients. And I love Trader Joe's because growing up, a lot of people used to think it was really bougie, but price-wise, they're actually really good. But I shop a variation of places. So that's just kind of my number one go-to. For Oliver, he loves blackberries, blueberries, grapes, so I pack those in his lunch. I also will pack some almonds, maybe some cheese, kind of depends, and then he really likes cucumbers, so I put cucumbers in there as well. If I'm making this same lunch for Isaiah, of course, I'm going to adjust because grapes are, a choking hazard, so I like to cut those up really small, but this is kind of an idea of a lunch that I would do for Oliver if he's going to school. And of course, I'll switch it up, change whatever's going in there, but I try to make sure I have fruit, vegetables. I like to put nuts in there. You want to make sure you check with your school because some schools have strict policy about packing nuts. His school doesn't have any policy about almonds, so I went ahead and put those in there. Now, if he's at home, I'll do kind of a similar idea. So I'm chopping up some cucumbers and some avocado, and I like to do what I call platters for my kids. They're like mini platters, and I call them throw and go platters because I've always done this for my kids. What do I have in the refrigerator? What can I throw together? What's healthy, fresh? So I'll do like cucumber, avocado, maybe a little pita and hummus. I have some cherry tomatoes, maybe some cheese, maybe if you have some, turkey breast meat or something that you want to put on there, a little bit of pink salt, pink Himalayan salt or sea salt. So anyway, it's a pretty big platter. Whatever he doesn't finish, I'll eat it because there's always a good amount on there for him to choose from. My older son is not a huge fan of meat, although we do cook meat every once in a while for dinners, and our kids pretty much eat whatever we are eating for dinner. So we do get that in his diet, but I don't, since he's not a huge fan. I try to do as much fruits and vegetables as possible for lunch and breakfast and avoid that and keep that to just a few times a week. So broccoli and cheese nuggets from Earth Best. They're a nice kind of alternative to chicken nuggets. My kids really love them. They're so good. I love them too. I will actually eat them. So this is an idea of like a quick, throw it in the oven. We happen to have some cucumbers as well and watermelon. So if I don't have watermelon, I'll do maybe some mango or I'll do an orange. And if I don't have cucumber, I'll do tomatoes. And we're actually trying to grow all of these things that we get a lot at the grocery store. So we're growing cucumbers, tomatoes. We're not harvesting enough quite yet to keep up with how much we do eat it, but hopefully we will get there in the near future. So I'm adding this with both of my kids. Of course, for my little one, I'm chopping it a lot smaller. Another favorite, this one works for lunch or dinner. I think on this day I made it as a quick dinner. So I'll make raviolis. And I either get the raviolis in the package from Trader Joe's or I'll get them at Vaughn's. I really like the buitoni ones that have mushroom in it. They don't have mushroom ones at Trader Joe's, I don't think. But I mixed the mushroom and then a few of the cheese ones. And actually the mushroom are Oliver and my favorite. And Isaiah will pretty much eat anything at this age. He's just pretty go with the flow with whatever we put in front of him. On the days my son is not in school and I'm preparing him lunch, he usually plays outside all day long in just some shorts and pants and no shirt. So that's why he doesn't have a shirt on. It's been blazing hot. But anyway, these are some of the ideas that I make for my kids specifically. In terms of dinner, they generally eat whatever we're eating. So hopefully you got a few ideas from this video. And if you want more, just request them in the comments below and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.